Folks, welcome to Wani. With us today, we have Andreas Kisser of Sepultura with us. How are you doing, Andreas?
All good, man. Pleasure to be here.
How wonderful. So, the festival started yesterday. We had some, insane number of bands playing. Today, Sepultura is playing at 5:15. And you've been on your 30th anniversary tour for quite a long time now. So, how's it been in terms of fans embracing 3 decades of Sepultura?
It's great, man. It's really great. I think we are living our best moments in our career. Not only on stage, but outside, backstage. We have a great relationship as a band with the crew. I mean, organize all the business, the bureaucratic part, which was a mess, during those roots days and stuff. But it feels great, I mean, we passed through so many different situations, up and downs, and it feels good to be here celebrating 30 years in such a great momentum with a great label. 2 years touring for our last album. We played the best festivals in the world, great collaborations, working on a documentary. We have our brand Sepultura on beer, wine, and pepper sauce in Brazil,
Cool.
So we're expanding, the possibilities of, many bands are doing beers and stuff and different products, I think it's great, that Sepultura have that possibility as well, it's awesome.
That's wonderful. You guys played so many shows, and it's been 2 years since the Mediator has come out.
Yeah.
So how's it yours? How do you plan your set list? Because 30th anniversary was a long time. You guys played with Destruction, and now you're here.
Yeah.
So did you keep changing the set list over the period of time?
A little bit. I mean, there are certain songs that it has to be there all the time.
Yeah, classics.
I mean, the songs from KZD, from Roots, that especially those 2 albums. There are so many. As the most well-known albums, the album that sold the best and stuff, and it's fun to play those songs as well, But we have room to play. I mean, especially on a celebration of 30 years, to play songs that we didn't play
before
ever.
Yeah.
I think Best of Devastation, for instance. I think only Paulo played on the first or second shows of Sepultura.
Okay.
On the Best of Devastation tour, which was 1 or 2 shows.
Right.
So and it's fun to play that song, and. To bring back that early stages of the band, which is important. We're not celebrating here like personal achievements. We are celebrating the whole history of the band. We have to respect the fan. We're not doing a set list guided by political or any other aspect. We're just doing for the fans, and we play everything. And it's fun. We are celebrating after all, and it's great to be on stage and see that the fans are really reacting, to that.
Right. I mean, fans here in Europe are totally different way back in States. I mean, when you guys did your 30th anniversary tour of Destruction, how's the response there? And when you guys are right now in Europe, playing for so many years, what response do you find?
Europe, it's a place, a territory that it's very, it's like our second home apart from Brazil. I mean, Germany is the place that we play the most in our history, but by far, even more shows in Germany than in Brazil, because when we come to Germany, since from 1989, we play with Sodom. Most of the shows was in Germany. I mean, if you pass through Europe to Portugal to Russia, you pass through Germany. There's no way
you can miss this.
So we feel great in Europe, and Europe it's a historical great place for Sepultura. In the States, it's a totally different situation. It is a big country, but we play less in the States than we play here in Europe. So we need to keep working. I mean, America is like that. You have to work and play as much as you can and get the best opportunities, like on the media or playing in big festivals. We just did Not Fest, in California, which was great opportunity for us. And hopefully with the new album next year, we're going to have better opportunities in the States, But the fans are great. The reaction, it's awesome.
That's amazing, because in terms of touring, recently, I don't know whether you're aware or not, but there are certain countries which you guys haven't visited in your career. So what exactly bands are now doing is, for example, let's take a band like Five Finger Death Punch and Papa Roach. They did an online touring kind of a schedule where fans voted for them to come to specific country.
Wow, that's
great. And those guys got such 1.6 million responses from the fans, and that led to the US tour with these 2 bands. So do you think something like that can be done with Sepultura in terms of visiting those countries which you guys haven't done in the past?
Well, I mean, Sepultura played in 75 countries in 30 years. You know, there's a few there. Actually, the 75 will be at the end of this tour because we're going to Armenia and Georgia for the first time. You know, so we're very excited to. It's going to be our 2 last shows of the tour, and very excited to go to these countries for the first time. You know, so. Yeah, I think it would be something really cool, but there's a few places that Sepultura didn't play, you know. I mean, we've been everywhere. Of course, we like to do a show in Israel. We just do the video clip for Territory there, you know. We didn't actually play a show there. I mean, there's other places, different cities and states inside the United States, you know, places in Central America. Well, you know, it's great to see, look back and see that we went basically everywhere, you know, from Cuba to South Africa to Emirates to, you know,
Australia,
South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. You know, we've been everywhere. Hello, and that makes this band what we are, you know, because we always keeping that kind of rhythm, you know, going to new places, new food, new bands, new music, new friends and stuff, and keeps our mind and ideas fresh, you know.
That's wonderful. You know, it's been 2 years since The Mediator came out, and it was a damn solid album because Ross was back in the camp. He brought in that organic feeling of Sepultura back in the roots days. So having Ross back really maybe, you know, pushed you guys even more as compared to what you guys have done in the past.
I think we have 2 factors on this last album which are very important. I mean, you know, Ross is one of them for sure, and the other one is it's our new drummer. I mean, new 4 years with us already, and he really brought like some new possibilities for our music. He's an amazing musician. You know, he can play basically anything. Very metal, you know, very powerful, very much with that urge really to break limits. You know, so that the consequence was Mediator. You know, songs that were really. You know, we'd stretch our possibilities as musicians, which was great for me, Paulo and Derek, you know, to have that kind of push and motivation, you know, to do something extra and something new, you know, and really to take Sepultura to a different level, and Ross really enhanced everything, you know. I mean, especially with Derek, you know, seeing the singing.
Yeah, I saw the clips.
And the performance.
You were pushing him a lot in terms of coming out.
And it was great. I mean. Of course, it was different times and different ideas than roots and stuff, but we had that kind of communication of we're friends, you know. After all, I mean, we know each other, we respect each other so much, and it was perfect choice. You know, we're very happy with everything.
That's wonderful. In terms of songwriting, I mean, you guys have this kind of a good balance of album every 2 years. If you look at Kairos and then Mediator, now it's getting into the 3rd year, and it's fine because. An album like Mediator, you guys have to now exceed that. So, have you guys started working on the stuff like on road or, you know, playing here and there?
Yeah, we started putting the mode on. You know, I mean, I have riffs written. Nowadays, it's very easy to write. You know, I mean, not to write, but to keep the ideas. You know, like
record it on
phones and stuff. You know, you can keep any idea anywhere. So we started to develop, you know, and to organize these riffs and ideas. Eloy is writing some drum loops and stuff. Me and Derek were talking about lyrics and, you know, topics and names, you know, and stuff. So very early stages, you know. But yeah, the plan is to in February start really practicing in São Paulo. We have our studio, and then start developing the demos and do the pre-production.
So that would go on. Maybe summer or the fall?
Yeah, but it depends of the rhythm of the writing and stuff. But hopefully be in the studio, I don't know, around May, June, something like that. I mean, the idea is to have an album out by the end of the year, you know, before the end of 2016. So let's see. I mean, still planning, you know, that kind of stuff. But the idea is to have something new.
Are you guys gonna tour again, or this is
next year? No, I mean, we're just gonna do some shows in Brazil. But I mean, Europe, we're gonna pass because we've been here like for the last 4 years straight. We play every festival, and it was great. It was really amazing. So to be back at, you know, places like Download and, you know, Bloodstock for the second time and Wacken and stuff, you know, so it was something that we covered everything, and now we need to regroup and do something new and really come with a new, fresh idea.
In terms of you